Well, I don't mind when the people who handle food wear those gloves.
Right.
But it's the surgical masks that make me nervous.
Oh, because this is a medical-themed restaurant, though.
Oh.
That's why.
Yeah. I guess I'll have the yogurt then. And it's also because of the enormous popularity of shows like ER, these medical shows, that the people think that people want to have lunch at an ICU. ICU?
So you don't have to be sick to eat hospital food anymore.
It's great. It's the best of both worlds.
I'll tuck you in. Oh, man.
Hey, I got some exciting news. Guess who called today?
Who?
Carlton Campbell.
Oh, my God.
That's right.
You're kidding?
Nope.
Carlton Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
The rich industrialist.
Nope. Carlton Campbell's a colleague of mine. It's hard to say.
Carlton Campbell.
And he has a show called Campbell's Couch, a call-in radio show. He's going to be out of town Friday night and asked me if I would cover for him.
I've never heard of this radio show.
Well, it's on AM radio from 10 to 1, and, people call in with problems, and he tries to give them advice on the air, and it's...
So he's a therapist, too?
He's a therapist, but, he's in show business, and he...
Because he's a radio personality?
Yeah.
That's not show business.
Well, he's on the
fringe.
The fringe of show business, yeah.
So he's asked you?
Yeah, he thought I would do a good job hosting the show one night.
Does he know you well?
Yeah.
I mean, because you're the last guy I would picture being on a radio show. I wouldn't...
Well, now, why has that been?
People who are on the radio have, they're experienced. It's broadcasting.
Ben, what's the big deal? Somebody will call up with a problem, and I'll either help them or not.
I don't like the idea of those shows anyway. That people call in with their problems.
Yeah.
The calls that come in are all those, they're all those... It's just a gimmick. It's a scam.
I think you can get genuine help on the air. I think it's just a coincidence, but I think it could happen.
Also, Dad, you also have to be very careful because radio attracts a fringe audience.
Is that right?
Yeah. Don't
piss off the skinheads.
Right.
Okay. I'm writing that in my hand right now. Don't piss off the skinheads. In fact, Ben, maybe you would like to come down and see how one of these things is thrown together, these shows.
I have been to a radio station.
Yeah.
And
but I would.
But I've never seen a show actually taped. I bet it's really exciting to see a guy sitting there behind a mic
taking the phone call.
Yeah.
You're being sarcastic, Ben, but what you're not seeing is the hundreds and thousands and possibly millions of people glued to the radio, listening, clinging to my every word.
Yeah, it's not the 40s. People are watching TV now. You're not FDR. People aren't tuning in, especially to hear your radio show. There might be like 40 people listening. All very sad.
My hands are sweating so much that don't came off the don't piss off the skinheads. It just says piss off the skinheads now. Well, now I'm screwed. I'm screwed. Hey, Laura, guess what?
What?
A colleague of mine asked me, this guy, Carlton Campbell, if I would host his radio show Friday night. He has a call-in radio show, and this is the weird part. I said yes.
Really?
It's on from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh, that's a good time slot.
Well, I guess that's when people are sort of more reflective and pensive and home.
Right.
And I thought it might be fun if you come down with me to the station.
Well, why?
Well, we could do, you could screen the calls. We could do a little banter maybe on the air. You look great today. Oh, stop. Might be fun.
I don't know.
I'll say things to you like, is the caller there, Laura?
Yes.
Thank you. Put him through.
Okay.
How's it going out there?
Good.
And things like that.
I can do that.
Yeah, you could be my producer.
I like that.
There'll be products to plug, and you could...
Well, do you think it's ethical for a therapist to be pushing products on people?
Ethical?
I look at some of these guys, these athletes, and when they let themselves go, the body, it's... Do you remember Buster Douglas? Remember
Yes, I do. The boxer.
Well, he beat Mike Tyson, remember?
Right.
And then I see him, he fights Evander Holyfield. He had like a beer belly, and he had like those big Buddha tits. I mean, his nipples are pointing straight to the ground. Isn't that a bad sign? I'm not a boxing expert or a nipple expert, but when you're about to climb into the ring against a world-class heavyweight, your nipples better be kind of perky, you know what I mean? You better have like 2 little rigid raisinets jetting out of your chest. That's all I'm saying.
I couldn't agree more.
I love my uncle. Bad kisser, but a good guy.
This is Aunt Yola's husband?
Yeah, my Uncle Tony.
Yeah.
He was a guy that, he hated everybody. He hated Julius Erving. He hated the doctor. He said, the doctor, what the hell did he ever cure? He said he was the doctor of my ass. That's what he was the doctor of. And I always try to get that image out of my mind of Julius Erving working on my uncle's ass.
Hey, now, I wish you wouldn't bring food into my office. It's not fair to me or to the other patients.
Doc, you know I have low blood sugar. The reason I eat like this is so that I won't get anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
You want half of this?
What is that?
It's good. Don't bite where I bit.
Why not? What's wrong with where you bit?
Because I'm going to cut out where you bit. Because you got like a thing that looks like it's happening on your lip. I don't want it happening on my lip. Well, looks like a sore. Here, taste that.
That is delicious.
Yeah.
Yes. But you know what?
I guess you're allowed to eat then, as long as it's delicious.
Don, look, you're getting food on the couch, you're getting food on the floor. You know, this is... Well, let's just finish this, and then we'll get back to work.
All right.
Ben.
Hey, Todd, keep it down.
Ben.
You don't want to wake the customers.
I know. I never greet you with any enthusiasm. I just thought I should start doing it. Ben.
It's like a spiritual
Yeah.
you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Todd,
Yes.
my dad is filling in for this talk radio show on, I think it's AM 620.
I love talk radio.
Do you know Campbell's Couch? Do you know that?
Yeah.
You do?
This is Campbell's Couch, the
therapist.
yeah, the radio therapy over the phone thing, yeah.
That's right. You call in. You talk.
You call in.
Well, my dad is going to do it.
Oh, that's a good thing to do, man.
It
It's a
is.
good
It's
thing. You should be proud of that as a therapist.
Well, Campbell, apparently, a lot of people listen to that show.
It's like therapy without all the privacy.
Well, that's right, because you're trying to help more people than just the
The
person.
privacy always stops a person from really letting their problems pour out.
I'm saying Campbell provides a free service. People call in. They don't have to pay for therapy. But I'm a little worried that my dad is not going to get a lot of callers because, he's a fill-in.
Uh-huh.
It's like having a substitute teacher. Nobody pays attention.
Yeah.
So I'm soliciting people to call
Really?
on Friday. So here's the number.
You want me to call on Friday?
Well, I wouldn't mind, yeah.
Yeah, but I what am I going to call? I got, I'm normal. I got nothing. Problem-wise, I got nothing going on.
Really?
No, I don't have any problems.
Well, Todd, that is a problem.
Why don't you call him?
Oh, I'm gonna. But I want other people to call because I don't want my dad to look dumb on the air. I don't want to be
How's
like...
he going to look if I call him? Go, hi, I'm normal, but your son told me to call?
Well, Todd, maybe if you call up and say you're normal, he could find out, what's really behind that.
Behind my normalcy?
Well, I don't think you're normal.
Really?
Yeah.
I've had very few, especially as an adult, I've had very few problems.
Really?
Just, a few childhood traumas, but we don't need to talk about them anymore.
Well, maybe you do. Maybe they're still eating at you. What happened when you were a child?
There was a bad birthday party when I was 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How bad?
My parents hired a clown to entertain 10 kids.
Oh, one of those bad clown stories where the guy showed up drunk?
No, he was great until the heart attack.
Uh-huh.
All of us kids thought it was part of the show. We were still dancing and singing Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush. My father did CPR on the guy.
That's a pretty funny sight. CPR on a clown.
I laugh about it now.
Dr. Katz,
Ben?
I think my man is cheating on me.
Ben, I know what you're trying to do, and I appreciate...
Dr. Katz, stop calling me Ben. My name is Benna.
Okay. Now, is this your husband or your boyfriend?
Just my boyfriend. He's supposed to be coming home every night, but 3 nights a week. I don't know where he is.
This is just 3 nights out of the week?
You did not do well, Dad.
Well, Ben, first of all, you can't just call me out of the blue. You got to give me some warning. Try it again. And,
Let's try it again.
Okay.
So I have to call back, or do you want me to just...
No, call me back. Hello, is the caller there?
Dr. Katz?
What can I do for you? This is Dr. Katz, sitting in for Carlton Campbell on Campbell's couch.
Jeez.
That's great, Dad. That gets it off on the right foot.
They like to know who they're
You should tell them right away. I'm filling in. I'm not qualified at all.
Well, that's not... That's only in your mind, that suggestion.
You should just add that you're not a therapist and you're not qualified, just a friend of Carlton's.
I'm fixing Carlton's couch.
Stop by. And he wasn't here, so I did the show.
So, Julie, what I would like you to do is to try and just to close your eyes, get comfortable, and try to think of your earliest childhood memory.
My earliest childhood memory?
Yeah. Okay, why don't we just shift gears and just anything that pops into your head. You can talk about your parents. You can talk about your.
I went to see my mother. She's walking around her house with a screw, looking at everything in the whole house.
And you have no idea why.
No. I followed her around, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
She said, Julie, I think this has fallen out of something.
Yeah. So being tall has always been an issue for you.
I've always been really tall. When I was in first grade, I was 5 feet tall.
Wow.
The teachers had to always stop the other little kids from playing Gulliver with me out in the playground. I can't help it, I'm a giant, behemoth child. I always wanted to be a ballerina, but I can't be a ballerina because they don't make toe shoes in size 11.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they do, but they call them boots.
Right.
I go into shoe stores all the time, and I'll say to them, I'd like this shoe in a size 11. They'll be in the back wetting themselves with laughter. They'll come out, how about a 5 and a 6? We'll staple them together.
But, he does it on the air, so he's sort of crossed the lines between therapy and show business.
Oh. And it's not just entertainment. These people are really calling in with their problems.
Well, it's pretty entertaining.
Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Yeah.
That people would call up and do that?
It does, but he asked me, he has to go to a wedding, and he asked me if I would cover for him.
Oh.
And, I'll take calls.
Uh-huh.
So, but this is new for you. You're going to, solve people's problems, on a 10-minute phone call. That's...
Well, I don't think anyone calls up with that expectation.
Yeah.
What do they call for?
But aside from that, I would love it if you guys would listen. And if no one else is calling in, if you could just call in and pretend to be...
I mean, call in like a
guy with a problem. Just
like a setup? Just call in like...
I don't know.
Well, because, I don't... Otherwise, there's just dead air time, and I have to talk, and you guys know what that's like. Julie, why don't you try placing one call?
Can you make things up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Anything.
Is the caller there?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, what can I do for you? This is Dr. Katz, sitting in for Dr. Campbell on Campbell's couch.
I feel a little silly doing this, actually.
That's okay. Everyone feels silly the first time.
Well, I have this thing where I'm sort of afraid to go out of my house.
Mm-hmm. Silly. Okay, so Laura, just give me the cue, and as soon as you give me the signal, I will,
Okay, well, all right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Jonathan Katz sitting in for Carlton Campbell. I will be filling in for Carlton tonight, and we'll be taking calls, and the lines are open now, and we're going to be here until 1 in the morning, so call in, and you can confide in me the same way you can confide in Carlton. We have the same kind of training, the same approach to therapy. And also with me here tonight is my wonderful co-producer, the very lovely and talented young Laura.
Co-producer?
Laura, you're on the air. How are you?
Fine.
Any calls coming in?
Nope.
Well, it's interesting that you mention that, because that's one of the things about the radio and phone calls. I always wondered what happens when no one calls in.
Well, you're living it.
I guess my wondering days are over. But guess who's living it with me?
Me.
My charming co-host.
Co-host?
Yeah. All of our phone lines are open, so please call in.
All of them are open.
Anything you want to talk about, we're open. We're taking all calls. I am a professional psychotherapist, and I'll be taking calls about any range of emotional problems, personal problems.
Dr. Katz, we got our first call.
Oh, that's great. Hello, is the caller there?
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Where's Dr. Campbell?
Dr. Campbell is not here tonight. Can I help you? This is Dr. Katz. I'm sitting in for Dr. Campbell. What can I do for you tonight?
Yes, I'd like to speak to Dr. Campbell.
Yeah, Dr. Campbell's not here tonight.
Oh.
Dr. Campbell will be back on Monday night.
Okay, bye-bye.
I guess he has a
man.
very loyal following, Dr. Campbell. People...
Hi, Campbell's Couch with Dr. Katz. What would you like to talk about?
Laura.
Ben?
Hey.
Hi.
Listen, get me on. I got a good one.
Ben, this isn't a joke. This is a radio show. We're
No,
trying
no,
to do
no,
a
no.
show
I've been
here.
driving around listening to the show. It's a joke.
It's going okay.
No, you've had one call.
Well, we've had a
Two
lot
calls.
of calls.
And they're all asking for Dr. Campbell. My dad is eating it. Now let me get on there. I can save this thing.
I don't think it's a good idea, Ben.
Laura, I'm telling you, you guys are in deep trouble.
All right.
Patch me in.
Dr. Katz.
Hi, is the caller there?
Your show sucks!
Oh.
Where are you calling from?
You suck!
Because it sounds like you're...
Oh, man!
I can barely understand what you're saying, but it sounds
You suck!
Like you're not enjoying this show.
Bye-bye!
Okay.
Bye-bye, you suck!
Folks, sometimes when people call in, they're angry, they're hostile, and sometimes it's just because a lot of what they hear is too painful. Let me just apologize to my listeners for that rude interruption that happens sometimes.
Dr. Katz, we got another call.
Is the caller there?
Hey, good show so far, Dr. Katz.
Thank you very much. You know, I'm new at this, so...
No.
Okay, put another call through. Yes, is the caller there?
Yes, I'm here. How you doing?
I'm okay. What's your name, sir?
Name's Ben.
Ben, what can I do for you tonight?
I am,
Man, I'm winded.
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Ben.
How you doing?
Good.
It's a huge window. This whole thing is wide open,
You know,
huh?
there is an elevator.
Really?
Yeah,
Why did I take the stairs, then?
because you guys didn't see the elevator, I guess.
I just did 14 stories.
Did you see Laura out there?
Is this all on the air?
Yeah, we're on the air. This is my son Ben I'm talking to, folks.
Hi, everybody.
And this is not exactly therapy. It's not really entertaining, but it is live.
Dr. Katz is a real call. It's not Ben.
Because I'm right here.
Okay, hi, this is Dr. Katz. Is the caller there?
It's me, actually. I'm on the cell phone.
Oh,
Yeah. But take it. I mean, why not?
give me the phone.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
At this point, because nobody's calling in, maybe what we should do is turn it around. Maybe you should call out.
Oh, we call them.
Yes. There's a twist.
Yeah, it doesn't really work that way, Ben. I mean, it's totally inappropriate, but I think maybe not such a bad idea. Okay, Laura, place the call. See who's home. Here's my book of patients.
All right.
See if I can catch someone in.
Hello?
Tom, did I wake you up?
Oh, no, it's all right. I was just looking at the back of my eyes for about 6 hours.
I'm really. First of all, I hate to call you at home.
No, it's no problem.
Okay, but you're on the air.
Who is this?
This is Dr. Katz, and we're on the air live.
My Dr. Katz?
That's right.
You're calling me?
I'm calling you because I'm hosting a radio show called Campbell's Couch. And, I thought it would be interesting for the audience to hear the voice of an actual patient and to hear the sound of therapy. People... Give them some of the other sounds. Because people who've never experienced therapy, they put it in this box in their mind.
You're gonna what?
Well, I learned a very interesting lesson tonight.
Well, Dad, you're like, you know what? It's 1 a.m. and you've just had a bad radio show for 3 hours. It's late and you're a little loopy.
That was the lesson I learned.
Yeah. You should do a morning show.
I don't think that I'm cut out to speak into a microphone. You know?
You definitely shouldn't be doing late night radio.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not good under that kind of pressure, being on the spot.
Yeah.
And some of these people really needed help.
Laura, you were good.
Yeah, Laura, you did a great job.
Thank you.
You have nothing to be ashamed of. And Ben, you kicked in nicely, too, I thought.
Well, I mean, once I found the studio, I think I really saved the show.
Yeah.
Right, Laura?
Well,
When did the ratings come out?
We check the papers tomorrow.
See if it's still on the air.
Yeah, well, there'll be a big article about your show tomorrow.
I'd be curious to see how, what's the guy who's on after me?
Oh,
Father O'Sullivan.
Father O'Sullivan.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he does tonight. I wonder if he can follow my show,
Maybe we should call Father O'Sullivan now.
Ask for forgiveness. I hope that I haven't cheapened what I do in any way.
oh, you definitely have.
Okay. Let me hope for something else then. I hope nobody got hurt.
I also went out to the Grand Canyon, which was a really good time, except I wanted to take that Brady Bunch burro ride down to the bottom of the canyon.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't because there was a weight requirement for the burro, which I exceeded. Which totally bummed me out, that I flew 2,000 miles and I'm too fat to ride a beast of burden.
And I hate ventriloquists.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, a ventriloquist. And you know what bothers me, Doc, that really is the people that get mad at the dummy.
Right.
How stupid are they that they're like, that dummy, boy, that dummy's got a foul mouth. This is that, and they watch the dummy and they go, the ventriloquist seems like a nice guy. Couldn't he get a nicer dummy? I mean, ventriloquists never get women. Never, ever get women.
Mm-hmm.
You never hear a woman goes, I went back to this ventriloquist house the other night, and he had me on the bed, and he had like a Spanish voice coming out of my butt. It was incredible. They disgust me. You like them?
No, I don't really enjoy ventriloquists. I think
And I have never laughed at a clown. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's all right.
I just feeling it today, Doc. I feel a lot of anger towards performance artists.
You've never laughed at a clown.
I never laughed at a clown. I don't think clowns are funny. I don't know anybody who goes, "Did you see that clown? He was killing me with that thing with the horn and the pie. Boy, is he funny." Imagine the wife of a clown. You're trying to hide yourself in a new neighborhood. You're moving. What's your husband do? I don't want to talk about. What's he do? He's an entertainer. What's he do? All right, he's a clown. He's a friggin' clown. You know what it's like ironing those hoop pants every night? You know what it's like rinsing out that spongy red nose? I can't get his shoes under the bed. Hardy har har.
Oops. You know what the music means, then? We're going to have to stop. Our time is up. We really need to wrap this up.
I'm just glad I have a therapist that says, oops. What's that?
Whoa.
Oh, hey.
Works every week.
Yeah. We should try something new tonight. I feel like we're in a rut.
You know, maybe tonight we just don't go out. Monday night we'll switch it up and we'll make it eat-in night.
I don't like to mess with the rhythm of the week like that, you know? I really look forward to eating at a restaurant every Monday night with my son, because we're not distracted the way we are at home when we have dinner. We're usually sitting in front of the TV.
Yeah. Why don't we decide later? I'll meet you at the bar.
At which bar?
At your bar.
Well, that's probably not a good idea because...
Why?
I don't know, Ben. That just makes me a little uncomfortable. But I'll meet you near the bar.
Why can't I go to the bar?
Well,
it just seems like that would be a good place, and restaurants are near. There are restaurants near.
No, it just seems like it's a little out of your way.
You know, Dad, I've been to bars before. You know that.
Fine, so we'll meet at the bar.
Okay.
What's the big deal?
Yeah.
I'll meet you out front. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning.
What happened to your finger?
What are you talking about?
There's an enormous ring on your finger, Laura. That looks almost like an engagement ring.
Well, yeah, I got engaged over the weekend.
You're kidding me.
Mm-mm.
I didn't even realize that you were going steady.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, Laura, this is wonderful news. Can I give you a big hug?
Oh, it's...
Come here, you.
Could you let go now?
Sorry. So tell me a little something about him. What's his name?
Hans.
And what does he do, Hans?
Oh, he's in a band, and he works in a bookstore.
Well, that's great, Laura. I am so happy for you that to have a partner in life is such a wonderful thing. Do you like his band?
Not really.
Do you like Hans?
Well, I guess so.
I have a good feeling about this.
Someone asked me recently how I would describe myself in 2 words. And I would say that if I had only 2 words, I would say big fairy. I'm a big fairy, and a lot of people don't know that about me. And I'm not trying to say that I'm gay or that I'm afraid to fight. That's not what I mean by big fairy.
Right.
I mean that I'm magical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a magical fairy, and I'm a big fairy, because most fairies are little, with wings. I'm a big damn fairy, man. I'll magic your ass out of here if you don't watch it. You know when you're waiting in line for a long time and you just pick someone to start looking at and to just start forming an opinion on with no information?
Mm-hmm.
It's never nice, You never think, hey, that looks like a pleasant fellow. You're always looking going, oh, look at his shoes. What a dick. God, with his briefcase. What a jerk with his briefcase. What is that, a wig? I hate that guy. What a prick. God, I hate him. And the whole time they're just standing there, they have no idea that you're just boiling with hatred, you know? And in 10 seconds, you get your change, you forget they exist.
I think that's the part that's so cruel.
Hi, is this the bar?
Yeah.
So you must be the keep.
Yep, I'm the keep.
Keep.
Yeah. What can I get you?
I guess I will have a, what do you got?
Well, I don't know. Look around. We pretty much whatever. Do you want?
You know what? I'm going to have something alcoholic. That's what I'm going to do. I will have a, I guess I'll have a brandy.
A brandy.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I see some ID?
All right.
You're not the Ben Katz, the son of Dr. Jonathan Katz?
Well, why?
He's a friend of mine. He comes in here all the time.
My dad.
He has a...
Yes, I am.
So you are Ben?
Yeah, I'm Ben.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And you're Julie.
That's right.
I was
That's right.
playing
I'm
it
sorry.
cool. I didn't want to, make it like,
Oh, my
I knew
gosh.
who you were, but my dad, has mentioned you.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just
Ah,
surprised and pleasantly surprised to see you here. I'll get... Okay, here you go.
Thanks.
Do you want some water on the side for that, or are you
I
okay?
really didn't mean to order a brandy. I just kind of panicked.
Oh, do you want me to get you something else?
I guess I'll have just a soda or something.
Yeah? Okay. Okay.
So what is my dad like when he's here? Is there like any good stories like about him taking off his clothes? Or...
No. He doesn't do that.
Does my dad talk about me at all, or is it?
Oh, that's what he always talks about.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like negative, or is it mostly positive?
It's funny.
Funny.
You know, Ben stories, they're funny.
Funny.
This really bothered me. The other day, I was walking down the street, and these French people walked up to me, and they asked me for directions,
Right.
I think. It was amazing because they just asked totally in French. They didn't even do like a little, how do you say, or something like that. They just walk up to me, and one of them just goes, oh, and I was like, I don't speak French. And he's like, and I was like, look, I'm not going to learn to speak French while I'm talking to you. And because we're not in France, it's not weird that I don't speak French. And he's like, he couldn't believe it. And his friend's like, and he goes, so I said, oh, voilà, voilà, voilà.
I mean, you basically just have to take out an ad in the
I
paper
know.
and say therapist.
I know, but
Please
there's-
call this number. Excuse me, 1 sec. Oh my God! I'm sorry, Julie. You must get that all the time, though. People sneeze all over.
No, it's...
People are disgusting,
Hey, Ben.
Dad.
I take it you've met Julie?
Yeah, we were just talking.
Julie, you met Ben?
Oh, yeah.
I got here a little early. I showed up a little
I have
early.
to tell you, this is a little weird,
Why?
seeing the two of you together after all these years.
It's great, I think.
So, Ben, why don't you summarize your points and thank Julie for a lovely evening, and we should go get something to eat because I am so hungry. I could.
You guys could eat here.
I would love to eat here.
Well,
Why not? I mean, we're
I
here.
mean, I know you have appetizers, but can you actually get a meal here?
Oh, yeah.
You've never eaten here, Dad?
He's eaten here. He knows that.
Let's just eat here, Dad.
Okay, can we get a table, Julie? Can we?
Let's eat right here at the bar. We're like,
No, I just need to talk to you privately, Ben.
you're not going to fire me, are you, Dad?
I can't fire you, Ben. You're my son.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, it's odd the way you're talking, like you're going to...
Well, I have some news, and I'd rather you had a chance to respond over there. But I do have some good news and some bad news, Ben.
It doesn't sound good. What?
The good news is that, well, let's come back to the good news. Let me tell you the bad news. The bad news is Laura's getting married.
Laura.
She got engaged this weekend, and she's getting married.
No, she's not. Really?
Yep.
Who's she getting married to?
Some guy she's been going out with who plays in a band, works in a bookstore.
I didn't know if she was going out with a guy at all.
Yeah, I had no idea myself, but this weekend they got engaged to be married. Are you all right?
Dad, what are you kidding?
I just thought you would be upset to hear that.
Did Laura's getting married?
Yeah.
Dad, that's great. That's great news that Laura's getting married. Of course. Why wouldn't a woman in her position at her age get married? Of course. That's what's going to happen, right? That's what you do in your life. You reach an age and you get married.
I'm just
You meet
surprised
somebody.
that you're not demonstrating any kind of emotional response.
That's fine. That's great. I'm very happy for Julie!
What? Are you okay? Do you need something?
Sorry for yelling. Could I get a Tivzima? We should never eat at the bar again.
Well, it's not like it's a bar and grill.
Yeah.
That's the first giveaway. It's just a bar.
A lot of bars, though, have good food.
Yeah, that's not one of them.
Yeah.
So how'd you sleep last night, Ben?
It was okay. I was, to be honest with you, I think I had a little too much to drink last night.
You
And
know.
there's a point, Edwin, you should say stop.
Well, I know that last night was not easy for you, and I really didn't want to inhibit you in any way.
What do you mean easy for me?
Just emotionally, it was a difficult night.
Why, because you and me went to the bar together?
No, because Laura announced her...
Oh, Dad, I was just joshing about that. I could care less. Laura's getting married.
Well,
I mean, let her do what she wants. She's an adult.
I want to tell you something about emotions, Ben. Is that like the waves of the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
Emotions just roll over you.
Wow, you're a great therapist, Dad. You should just put therapy on a greeting card and sell them to your patients and say, you don't have to come here anymore. Just read this card.
Ben, I know it sounds corny, but it's true. Your feelings,
Mm-hmm.
they're things that are out of your control. And sometimes you are the last to know one is the last to know about how they feel about something.
Right. So you're saying that I'm denying my true feelings. I should respond to the...
No, sometimes denial is a healthy thing.
Oh, Dad, what are you saying? I mean, what's the point of this?
We deny things to protect ourselves.
Dad, I told you, I'm not denying. I don't feel bad about it. I think Laura should get married to whoever she wants.
Okay, Ben, you have it your way, but all I'm saying is you're lying to yourself.
I'll tell you another thing, though. I hope that the guy Laura is engaged to dies today.
I think that's...
I hope he dies today. That's all. But God bless her, and I hope she's happy.
In Iowa, they, for fun, because they don't have a lot of people out there, so they play with animals more. I think I was out there and the guy said they cow tip.
Mm-hmm.
The guy explained it to me. He said the cow sleeps standing up, so his kids get drunk, then they push over the sleeping cow. Then they run from the cow like the cow's going to chase them.
Right.
But I'm thinking maybe the cows don't even care when you push them over. They're sleeping, standing up. So maybe when you knock them over, the cow's like, oh, this is much better.
Dr. Katz's office.
Laura, it's Ben.
Yeah.
How are you?
Great.
Hey, I heard the news.
Oh, you did?
We are thrilled.
Who's we?
We, me, and the whole Katz clan.
Well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
I mean, I just wanted to call and congratulate you on taking the big step. I mean, I can't say I was surprised. I mean, I knew it was coming.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the signs.
Ken?
I've been hearing it in your voice for a long time, Laura.
Hmm.
It's like a self-satisfied lisp, but sexy.
That's why I don't have sympathy for these, guys you see on TV who can't get out of their house because they're too fat.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, I think, is like, oh, that's too bad. How do you get so fat you can't get out of your own house? Don't you see that coming? What if you have a job and you're too fat? What do you do, call in fat for work? You don't want to do that.
Right.
Boss, I won't be coming in today. Well, you know how I'm really fat? I'm fatter today. And I can't get out of my own house.
Are you okay?
What do you mean?
You're not upset or anything.
That you got engaged? It's a celebration, Laura.
Wow.
Well, why would I be unhappy about you doing something important?
Wow, well, that's great
And I heard about the guy, Hans. It's a great name.
Yeah.
And he's in a band, I hear.
Yep.
And he works in a bookstore, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
These are all great things.
Making me a little bit nervous.
Well, Laura, look, when I heard the news.
Yeah?
I couldn't have been happier.
Really?
You should have seen me. I had a big smile. I mean, I was, elated.
And when I come in, I'll show you the face I made.
Did you want to talk to your dad?
You were telling me that before you came here, you were seeing another therapist.
Oh, yeah, I saw this other guy, and I didn't like him because, Well, like one time I went in and I was talking to him and I told him how I really love to pig out sometimes, even when I'm not hungry. You know, like when you try not to eat bad things, but then you decide, I'm going to eat something bad. Then you go out and look for something. You're like, I'm going to find something and eat it. And I was describing to this other psychiatrist how I would eat candy bars, like 5 at a time. And I would just get sick. And then I'd just lay there feeling sick. And I'd just be laying there. And I described this to him. And he says to me, he goes, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why would you eat candy when you don't even want it? I don't understand. And I was like, what do you mean you don't understand? You're a psychiatrist guy. What the hell are you saying you don't understand? If you have a patient and tells you something that they do that's bad for them, you can't just go, what are you, weird? Don't do that. That's weird.
Oh, I get it. So you're upset because she's not engaged to you.
Well, I mean, I didn't propose.
Ah.
Apparently anybody
You
could.
snooze, you lose, man.
Well, I just didn't think to propose. I thought it would be premature. I didn't know there was some sort of timetable. I just thought, like, oh, eventually it's gonna happen.
Right.
And then some loser rock and roll guy who works part-time at a bookstore just jumps in.
If you had it to do over again, would you have proposed to her if you knew this guy was going to?
Well, if I knew this guy was going to step in and steal the thunder, I would have done something about it.
Have they set a date for the wedding?
Well, I mean, she didn't really talk about it. She was being very coy.
Whatever that date is, you have until about a week before that date to turn the whole thing around.
Wait, so you think that there's a chance maybe if I act now, I could...
You know, you could do something really passionate and just sort of...
Well, what's like really passionate?
You go into... I'll tell you what you do. You go into that office tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you say, Laura, you were making a mistake.
Right, but I mean...
And if I let you make that mistake, I'll feel like I'm making a mistake.
Yeah, but what if I'm making a mistake by doing that?
You got to go for it.
You think so? You think that I would live...
Just do it. You're going to feel so good if you do this.
So I should make it clear my feelings.
Right.
Yeah, but what if she just like
No what ifs. There are no what ifs.
Man, you are like Patton. You know, you can fire up the troops.
I'm
gonna go over there now, and I'll tell her how I feel.
Right.
You know, she's lost and she's young, and she's being plucked up by some ideal of what's cool and what's right to do with some rock and roll guy. And
well, you know.
And I'm here to say, look, I've lived through that, baby.
Yeah.
I've done it all.
Yeah.
I got to learn how to play an instrument. That's all there is to it.
That was going to be my next suggestion.
Laura, I noticed that you're not wearing your engagement ring. What's going on?
Oh, I had to take it off because it was too small. It was cutting off the circulation in my finger.
Mm-hmm.
I also called off the engagement.
You're kidding me.
No.
You called it off?
Yeah.
It must have been like an emotional roller coaster the last few days.
Yeah.
But you seem to be weathering the storm.
Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah. You look good. The color's coming back in your finger.
It's almost worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really surprised at how Ben took it. I mean,
I know, it really... He took me by surprise, too.
It was like he decided to be mature, and he really stuck to it.
He bit the bullet. I think we forget, I certainly tend to forget from time to time, just how mature he is, and how he is capable of acting.
Laura!
Hi, Ben.
Hey, Dad.
We were just talking about you.
That's fine. Laura, these are for you. I couldn't afford the roses, so I bought these. These are candies. They are not chocolate. I couldn't afford them. But they are jelly beans. They are not heart-shaped because I could not find jelly beans that were in a heart-shaped container. And then I got you this. It is well, I don't know exactly what kind of animal it is. Now don't marry that idiot, okay? There, I said it.
Okay.
Now, wait a sec. Laura, I did a lot of thinking when I ran up here, and I think you are making the wrong decision, all right? Laura, look at me.
Yeah?
Ben, what happened to your
Wait a minute.
What happened to your pants?
I ripped my pants, okay? Look at my shirt. It's buttoned wrong. I can't even think straight anymore.
Hey, Ben, there's something you should know.
Dad, I'm in the middle of
I know.
this.
I know.
I'm opening myself up.
I understand, but Laura gave me some news a few minutes ago that I think you should know.
Well, before you say that, Dad, let me say my piece here, all right? Laura, you look me in the eye and tell me you don't love this guy.
I don't love this guy.
You don't?
No. Called off the engagement.
Really? You did?
Yeah.
It's a good choice. Nice. Nicely done. Yeah, Dad, anything?
Well, I didn't anticipate you to come in like that.
Well, I didn't think I was going to either, but I got carried away.
No damage done.
No, I guess not. You guys carry on.
Okay.
I will
I'll see you back at the house.
Back out slowly. Laura, good to see you.
Yeah.
And good on the no marriage. Very nice.
I'm in an elevator, and the guy, he wants me to hold the elevator for him, but I have it by myself, you know, and that's like a great thing in the city to have a little privacy. But the guy's running for the elevator, wants me to hold it. He's like, hold the elevator, hold the elevator. So I just stared straight ahead, like, don't make eye contact. That's the key in these things. But the guy's like running really fast. Just before it closes, he sticks his arm through, and then the door opens automatically. He gets on with me. It's just me and him, and I'm like, ha ha ha. Then I pretended I was paralyzed. I'm like, hey, could you hit 7 for me? And I was like banging my head on the wall where the numbers were. And then I lifted up my foot to shake his hand. I'm like, hi, I'm Kevin. How are you?
I always have this fantasy of spending my life building a huge career that builds into being president or something. Like, if I could be president and spend my whole life getting to that day and then just blow it all in one sentence. Because whenever I see those guys up there, I think, how could you resist not just throwing it all away, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's your inauguration.
Right.
And they say, do you swear to uphold the Constitution to the best of your ability? And just go, no, I don't swear it. And see how long could you keep the thing going? The Chief Justice would go, what? What do you mean you don't? No, you're old, duh. And you're the president, and everyone's going, oh, can't believe it. But then if you just kept dancing around the stage, people would stay and they'd wait for you to regain your senses. You know? Like, how long? It would at least be a couple hours that you could just walk around, like, flitting people's hats off and going, and, like, show your ass or something. If you actually, like, showed your ass, then they'd put you, I don't know. There's no, see, this will never be tested.
Whoops. You know what the music means, Louis? Our time is up. We're going to have to stop.
You know what I hate, Dr. Katz? I wish that I try to be careful not to be talking about anything important when you tell me that our time is up. Because you just snap out of it so fast. You just go, I'm sorry, the time's up. And but the second before, you looked so concerned. And the whole time you're just thinking, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mm.